Our days are made up of small decisions, and these decisions have an impact on our mental health. If we decide to leave things scattered on our desk, books and paper on the floor, or our bed unmade, we will end up with a messy room. Instead of keeping on top of the mess, we let it pile up. When the room has reached a certain threshold of mess, we decide to tidy it up. But why didn't we tidy up every day? Why leave it to get to this messy state? The reason is because we were distracted. We were so distracted that we lost the self-respect to keep on top of our rooms. A busy, restless mind materializes as a messy, unorganized room. The Canadian clinical psychologist Jordan Peterson said that if you want to organize your psyche, you could start by cleaning up your room. An organized psyche is essential for a tranquil life. Without organizing your psyche, your health and, in turn, your self-respect will be compromised. We might start to exercise less or not at all, eat unhealthy processed food, sleep in every morning, and not take care of our external appearance. This will also result in a lack of confidence. So what is inhibiting our self-respect? And how can we get it back? The British journalist Johann Hari explains that most of us are preoccupied with junk values. These junk values are linked to extrinsic goals, doing something not for its own sake, but for something external. Hari makes an example of playing the piano. One person is learning to play the piano for the love of music and performing. They aren't doing it solely for monetary gain or approval. The reason they play piano is to improve and have fun while playing. The second person is learning to play the piano to make it big and be financially successful, gain approval from his parents, and impress a love interest. And he only started getting better at piano in the first place to avoid punishment from his strict piano teacher. These reasons to play piano only create anxiety, as contentment can only be reached through someone or something external, which is ultimately out of your control. The same could be said for work. Many people work in jobs they don't enjoy. According to the analytics and advisory company Gallup, 85% of people don't enjoy their work. And many people who do jobs they don't enjoy spend the money they earn on things they don't need, but advertising has insisted they want. Imagine an advert that said you already have a perfect car, all the essential cleaning products, a great phone, a decent video game console, a nice TV, and there is no need to upgrade. If that was the message pumped through our TVs and phones every day, would there be so much dissatisfaction in the world? Adverts create a perpetual state of dissatisfaction, as they continually assert that we don't have enough stuff to be happy. Adverts work on the basis that we need a new thing in order to be content. We should buy more and more and more. We buy things expecting them to make us happy, expecting to fill an imaginary psychological hole that the marketing companies have created, only to realize that we didn't really need the thing in the first place. We are being hijacked by junk values that keep us working jobs we don't like to purchase things we don't need. Instead of pursuing things we really care about, doing things for intrinsic reasons, many of us do things for their extrinsic benefit. What can the world offer you from doing this thing? Of course, what the world offers plays a part in what we do. We all have to earn a living. But money shouldn't be the sole reason you do something, as otherwise your happiness is dependent on things out of your control. For most of the day, you'll be doing something you don't enjoy solely for its extrinsic benefit. Junk values make it harder to find pleasure in the present moment, as we are constantly expecting that the future will make us happy. So it is no wonder why our rooms are a mess. We are following values that make us miserable and anxious. This leads to a lack of self-respect. The philosopher and social critic Mokokama Mokohanana said, "Giving an insignificant thing your attention is a form of self-disrespect." What is an insignificant thing? I would argue short-term pleasures that leave us dissatisfied. Instead of wasting away hours and hours on social media, video games, adult videos, or obsessing over what someone said or did in the past, we can do something significant in the present. Once we drop our junk values, the things we really care about come into the light. Instead of focusing on things which are outside of our control, which we can't change, we should instead focus on what is within our power. There is an important feature of life that is often overlooked by those who sleepwalk through it, and that is this: life will come to an end. This fact on its own gives every day significance, and helps with dispelling junk values so that we can rediscover our self-respect. So, where should we start? The German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer said, "The greatest of follies is to sacrifice health for any other kind of happiness." And, in general, 9/10 of our happiness depends on our health alone. Therefore, we should make our health our priority. Being in good health enables us to have the vitality to achieve our goals. This involves eating nutritious food and exercising regularly, doing blood work to make sure you are consuming all the vitamins you need, and that your body is functioning optimally is a good place to start. Eating whole plant foods can reduce your risk of cancers and heart disease, and exercising regularly can reduce your risk of major illnesses such as coronary heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and cancer, and can lower your risk of early death by up to 30%. A healthy body is a healthy mind. If we are ill, we are more likely to become depressed and lose our self-respect. In randomized controlled trials conducted by the Move Your Mental Health report, it was found there were 89% statistically significant positive associations between physical activity or exercise and mental health. Keeping in shape is a form of self-respect. Another way to organize your psyche is to journal. Seneca, one of the Stoics, wrote, "I will keep constant watch over myself, and, most usefully, will put each day up for review." The Stoics recommend one journals in the evening to reflect on the day. Were you virtuous? Were you kind to others? How often were you achieving the main goal of Stoicism? Tranquility. Did you lose yourself in your monkey mind, forgetting the only reality, the present moment? What do you wish had happened, and what would you have done differently? This isn't writing out a stream of consciousness. It is a thoughtful evaluation of the day. Taking a few minutes to do this every evening can help empty your mind of racing thoughts and help you become a more virtuous person, one day at a time. Organize your psyche by journaling. The Roman philosopher Musonius Rufus wrote, "You will earn the respect of all if you begin by earning the respect of yourself." One of the key ways of doing this is understanding personal responsibility. Fix up your own life. You will earn the respect of others if you respect yourself. Jesus said, "Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye?" Organize your own psyche. Take out the log in your own eye. Clean your room.